Let's move on JavaScript statements in detail. In your course, the coming topics are JavaScript type, Java variables in JavaScript, operators in JavaScript, conditions in JavaScript, and then JavaScript. Now think about this. We know each and everything in the programming domain. We know each and everything in the programming domain via C language, and we just made the small projects on C in our third sem. We do programming uh, of in C language on the various data, data structure domains. We have implemented this max here carefully. अब ना वी आप कैसे करेंगे, आप चीजों को कैसे डिफाइन करेंगे, आप इसको कैसे डिफाइन करेंगे, आपको समझना पड़ेगा ना कि कैसे आप इसको डेफिनेशन करेंगे। सी तो उसको समझने के लिए सबसे पहले ये लिखना होता है कि एनी प्रोग्रामिंग इज इंस्ट्रक्शन। कोई भी प्रोग्रामिंग क्या होता है, इंस्ट्रक्शन होता है। उस इंस्ट्रक्शन को लिखने के लिए हमें स्टेटमेंट्स लिखने पड़ते हैं, और ये हर प्रोग्रामिंग का अपना एक तरीका होता है स्टेटमेंट। अब जावास्क्रिप्ट स्टेटमेंट्स जो है, जावास्क्रिप्ट का जो स्टेटमेंट है वो somehow we need to understand. It's very simple. It's very simple. वो बहुत सिंपल है, और ये बात हमको समझना पड़ेगा वो सिंप्लिसिटी कैसे काम करेगा। अच्छा, वो कैसे काम करेगा इस सिंप्लिसिटी में? अब इसको सिंप्लिसिटी में कैसे काम करना पड़ेगा, आपको ये चीज देखना पड़ेगा भाई जावास्क्रिप्ट स्टेटमेंट्स कैसे काम करें। तो भाई एक वेरिएबल होगा एक्स वाई जेड, एक वेरिएबल होगा 5 6। यहाँ पे देखिए आपने रन टाइम एक वेरिएबल डिफाइन कर दिया एक्स वाई जेड। इनिशियल में जब हम सी लैंग्वेज में पढ़ते थे तो आप नो इंट का यूज करते थे, फ्लोट का यूज करते थे, कैरेक्टर का यूज करते थे, तो वेरिएबल की डेफिनेशन देते थे। अभी देखिए यहाँ पे आपने सीधे डेफिनेशन दे दिया वेरिएबल एक्स वाई जेड। ये दिमाग में बात रखे रहिएगा कि ये क्वेश्चन ये कैसे हुआ। और फिर आपने डेफिनेशन दिया x इज इक्वल टू 5, फिर आपने डेफिनेशन दिया y इज इक्वल टू 6, फिर आपने डेफिनेशन दिया z, एक वेरिएबल लिया, और वो वेरिएबल में हमने पास किया रिजल्ट x प्लस वाई। अब आप समझो यहाँ पे कि हमने रन टाइम डेफिनेशन कर दिया, ठीक है, रन टाइम डेफिनेशन कर दिया। अब यहाँ पे एक और चीज रखना है कि जावा, कल हमने जो पढ़ा था कि जावास्क्रिप्ट डायनामिक होता है, यही वो डायनामिक प्रॉपर्टी है जो हमने जावास्क्रिप्ट के टाइप में पढ़ा था कि जावास्क्रिप्ट डायनामिक होता है, यही वो डायनामिक प्रॉपर्टी है जावास्क्रिप्ट जो हमने आपको पढ़ाया था कि कैसे ये काम करती है। मैंने कहा था कि हम लोग इसको एक्सटेंसिवली स्टडी करेंगे, ठीक। अब हम लोग इसकी एक्सटेंसिव स्टडी करेंगे, ठीक। अब एक्सटेंसिव स्टडी कैसे कर रहे हैं? जैसे हमारा डेफिनेशन था, कंप्यूटर प्रोग्राम इज अ लिस्ट ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन टू बी एग्जीक्यूटेड बाय अ कंप्यूटर। कंप्यूटर प्रोग्राम इज अ लिस्ट ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन टू बी एग्जीक्यूटेड बाय अ कंप्यूटर। And in a programming language, these programming instructions are called statements. What is this? These programming statements are called statements. Now, a JavaScript program is a list of programming statements. A computer program is a list of instructions to be executed by a computer. In a programming language, these programming instructions are called statements. A JavaScript program is a list of programming statements. Program is a list of instructions executed by the computer. A programming language is a programming statements. It's known as which instructions are called statements in the programming language, and JavaScript program is a list of programming statements. Now, In HTML, JavaScript programs are executed by the web browser. What it is happening in the JavaScript? अब JavaScript स्टेटमेंट कैसे काम कर रहे हैं? तो आपको समझना होगा कि अब ये समझना पड़ेगा कि वैल्यूज, ऑपरेटर्स, एक्सप्रेशंस, कीवर्ड्स, कमेंट्स, ये क्या है? जावास्क्रिप्ट के स्टेटमेंट्स के पार्ट्स हैं। क्या क्या होते हैं जी? वैल्यूज, ऑपरेटर्स, एक्सप्रेशन, कीवर्ड्स, कमेंट। ठीक है। This statement tells the browser to write a hello dolly inside an HTML array. ID is equal to 10. Now, यहाँ पे आप देखो document dot get element by ID. आपने देखा कि डेमो एक अलग से पैरामीटर पास है डॉट इनर HTML hello dolly यहाँ पे चल रहा है। ये एक स्टेटमेंट है, ये एक जावास्क्रिप्ट का स्टेटमेंट है। इसके बारे में हम एनालिसिस करेंगे। एक पहले कंटेंट समझते हैं। और मोस्ट जावास्क्रिप्ट प्रोग्राम कंटेन्स मेनी जावास्क्रिप्ट स्टेटमेंट्स। एक कोई भी जावास्क्रिप्ट के जो आप स्टेटमेंट लिखते हैं, तो मैंने बताया था आपको कि कोई भी जावास्क्रिप्ट अगर समझनी है कहाँ पे होगा, वो स्क्रिप्ट के स्टार्टिंग में होगा और स्क्रिप्ट के अंदर होगा। अब स्क्रिप्ट के स्टार्टिंग में और स्क्रिप्ट के अंदर में चीजें चल रही हैं। अब स्क्रिप्ट के स्टार्टिंग से जावास्क्रिप्ट स्टार्ट होगा, फिर उसके अंदर में चलेगा। अब देखिए, most JavaScript programs contains many JavaScript statements. The statements are executed one by one in the same order as they are written. जैसे ऑर्डर में लिखा होगा, क्योंकि स्ट्रक्चर है ना, बिल्ट-इन कंपाइलेशन करता है और इंस्ट्रक्शन पे फॉलो करता है, तो ये चलता है। JavaScript programs and JavaScript statements are often called Java code. तो ये जो JavaScript का प्रोग्राम है, ये पूरा, और JavaScript का जो कोड है, तो ये ऑफन क्या कहे जाते हैं? जावास्क्रिप्ट कोड। अच्छा, यहाँ पे आप ध्यान देना कि जहां से स्टार्ट हो रही है, आपने पूरा स्टेटमेंट लिखा यहाँ से यहाँ तक, जावास्क्रिप्ट कोड लिखा, और जब आपने सेमीकोलन किया तो आप नेक्स्ट लाइन पे आ गए। तो ये वही बता रहे हैं, सेमीकोलन सेपरेट्स जावास्क्रिप्ट स्टेटमेंट्स। सेमीकोलन क्या करता है? सेपरेट करे वेरिएबल। कौन कौन सा है? ए बी सी। वेरिएबल क्या क्या है? A, B, C, ठीक है। A is equal to 5, B is equal to 6, C is equal to A plus B, ठीक है। ये आपको समझना पड़ेगा। ये वेरिएबल क्या है? वेरिएबल is equal to A, B, C क्या कह रहा है? ठीक है। ये आपको समझना पड़ेगा कि ये वेरिएबल क्या कह रहा है और रन टाइम कैसे मैनेज कर रहा है। देखिए इसको कैसे डिफाइन किया गया। यहाँ से स्क्रिप्ट स्टार्ट हो रही है, आपने वेरिएबल स्टार्ट किया, फिर वेरिएबल की डेफिनेशन दी और डायरेक्ट डेफिनेशन वेरिएबल में पास कर दिया। ठीक है, आप डायरेक्ट जो पास कर रहे हैं, और इस सी को आपने इस स्टेटमेंट के जरिए, इस प्रोग्रामिंग इंस्ट्रक्शन के जरिए, इस जावा कोड के जरिए सी को पास किया एज असाइनमेंट ऑपरेटर में, उसको डायरेक्ट पास कर दिया और रिजल्ट आ गया 11। तो 6 + 5 = 11। ठीक है, ये है आपका। आपने सेमीकोलन मल्टीपल स्टेटमेंट्स को वन लाइन में आपने अलग कर दिया। A = 5, B = 6, C = A + B। आप इसको क्या कर रहे हैं? अलग अलग। एक्चुअली में A = 5, B = 6, C = A में भले एक ही लाइन में, लेकिन जब ये पार्सिंग होगी ना, तो यहाँ तक एक स्टेटमेंट है, यहाँ तक एक स्टेटमेंट है, यहाँ तक एक स्टेटमेंट है, आपने यहाँ तक एक स्टेटमेंट। पार्सिंग इस हिसाब से होगी, लेकिन आपने लिखा एक लाइन में प्रोग्रामिंग कोड। ठीक, On the way, we might see examples without semicolons. Ending a statement with semicolon is not required, but highly recommended. Highly recommended to make a program easy to understand. जावास्क्रिप्ट वाइट स्पेस, कोई भी प्रोग्राम को समझने के लिए हम बीच बीच में खाली स्थान पढ़ते हैं। ये खाली स्थान क्या होता है? खाली स्थान क्या होता है? जो दूर करता है मल्टीपल स्पेसेस को। You can add white space to the script to make it more readable. Okay. आप इसको मल्टीपल स्पेसेस को ऐड करते हैं वाइट स्पेसेस को, तो आप ऐड कीजिए वेरिएबल परसेंट h, वेरिएबल परसेंट है, आप प्रैक्टिस कीजिए। आप लिखें ना, गुड प्रैक्टिस इज टू पुट स्पेसेस अराउंड द ऑपरेटर्स। ऑपरेटर्स के अराउंड स्पेसेस को रखने से क्लियरली समझ में आते हैं कि इनका वर्किंग स्टाइल क्या है। जिसमें आप प्रोग्रामिंग को आगे एक्सटेंड करना हो और यूज करना हो, तो इनहेरिट करना हो और उसको रीयूज करना हो हमारे साथ, तो उसको करना आसान हो जाए। अब देखो आप यहाँ पे, और रीडेबिलिटी, प्रोग्रामर्स ऑफन लाइक टू अवॉइड कोड लाइन लॉन्गर देन 80 कैरेक्टर। 80 कैरेक्टर एक ही लाइन में, उससे ज्यादा नहीं लिखते हैं। लाइक 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 22 23 24 25 26 27 29 30 31 32 31। ये तो अभी 35 है, 36 37 38। एक लाइन में 80 कैरेक्टर से ज्यादा जो है प्रोग्रामर अवॉइड करते हैं। और अभी अगर हम व्हाइट स्पेस ले भी लेते हैं तो यहाँ पे 40 45 कैरेक्टर्स, एक लाइन में 80 कैरेक्टर से ज्यादा इस वजह से अवॉइड करते हैं कि समझना आसान हो जाए। Now, what is the JavaScript code blocks? JavaScript statement can be grouped together in the code blocks inside curly brackets. Inside curly brackets, okay? How this curly brackets will be executed? How this curly brackets is helping in understanding the JavaScript. JavaScript statement can be grouped together into the code blocks inside the curly brackets. Okay, the purpose of code block is to define a statement to be executed together. The purpose of the code blocks is to define statements to be executed together. One place you will find a statement grouped together in blocks in a JavaScript function. Okay, one place you will find statements grouped together in blocks is in JavaScript function. How it can be done? How it can be done? Let's understand this. We have inherit a function. We are just given a variable function. Okay, so variable as a function, my function, and we just defined that when we put this curly brackets here, then it shows that we are using function in JavaScript programming. And document dot get element by id dot inner HTML hello document dot get element by id dot inner HTML, how are you? And we just try to put the things. Now, what is JavaScript? These are the statements we used to do in JavaScript. Like this. Here, first of all, we define the header. Then we go for the paragraph. Then we got a button, on click of the my function, and that on click my function will activate it here. On click my function will activate it. See, what is the my function? First it will print hello Dolly, then it will print how are you. Okay. See. And we have two IDs, demo 1, demo 2. So we just pass demo and demo 2. Why we do that? Because in the ECMA 2015 we have a class structure to execute JavaScript statements. So that statements has been produced. Now let's put it up. Let's click it up. We got two statement, as a we got the result of the two statement. This drive us to write hello Dolly and how are you within a HTML domain. That's what how it is working. It's how it is working. Now see, JavaScript statements often start with a keyword to identify the JavaScript action to be performed. The third words. So here the list of the JavaScript keywords: break, continue, debugger, do while, for, function, if else, return, switch, try catch, variable. These are the keywords which we can. Breaks is used to terminate the switch loop. Continue jumps out of the loop and start at the top. Debugger stop the execution of the JavaScript and calls the available debugging function. Do while executes a block of statement and repeat the block while a condition is true. If it is false, it will just break that. For mark a block of a statement to be executed as long as the condition is true. These are the various conditions in the looping. Mark a block of a statement to be executed as long as the condition is true. If we define the for loop for the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we'll just go for that 8 types, 9 types, 10 types. Function, declare a function. We have just declared a function to print two statements here. If else, mark a block of statement to be executed depending upon the condition. Returns exits the function. Okay. Then switch marks a block of a statement to be executed depending on the different execute. Switch works with switch block of to switch from one block of code to the other block of the code. Try catch, very important. Error handling, it helps us to implement error handling to a block of statements. Variable declares the variables. Let's move on to the next topic. And this is syntax. What is syntax? Syntax is a set of rules. What is semantic? Semantic is after the statement I have to get up what meaning it has been produced. That is a semantic. That is semantic. What meaning it will produce. Now, why syntax is needed? Syntax is needed because it will give an analogy from which our built-in compiler or interpreter will execute the statement as per the definition within themselves. So we need to write the JavaScript syntax, to construct the JavaScript program. Now, JavaScript values. The JavaScript syntax defines two types of values: fixed values and variable values. Fixed values are called literals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are fixed values, literals. What are the variable values are called? Variable values are called variables. Variable values are called variables. Variable values are called variables. How it has been done? It has to be done. JavaScript literals. The most important rule for writing fixed value are numbers are written with or without decimals. Literals in the sense which we can't change is a fixed values. Variable something we can change. Now, the most important rules for writing fixed values are numbers are written with or without decimals. String are text written with double or single quotes. JavaScript variables. In a programming language, variables are used to store data values. JavaScript uses the variable keyword to declare variables. An equal sign is used to assign values to variables. In this example, x is defined as a variable. X is assigned given the value 6. we had just defined a variable x, and from that variable x we just assigned the value 6. Okay. Let's move for the JavaScript operators. There are the JavaScript uses arithmetic operators plus, minus, multiply, division to compute values, and we use how it is possible, how the expressions are evaluated from left to right, from left to right. Now, I have said many a times that this is a assignment operator which is used to assign a value. H is equal to 5, y is equal to 6. JavaScript expressions. Expressions is a combination of a value, variable, and operators which compute to a value. The computation is called evaluation. Computation is called evaluation. Now, for example, 5 cross 10 evaluate to 50. Here, x cross 10. Here, it will add a. Let's see the programming. Always, anytime we want to learn about any programming language, just go with the programming. Theoretical understanding will help to understand the program better. But end of the day, we have to do programming only. See here, we just defined an ID because we will understand this in the coming domain. In the comment domain that why we need to define this demo. Now document.get element by id demo.innerHTML. The return type will be the demo will. What will the demo will do? This will give them answer of the 5 constant because this is an operator. An operator will just calculate the value of 5 constant, and at the end of the day, the answer is 50 because innerHTML is there. They are producing the result in the innerHTML. See here, same. We have defined a variable, assigned a value 5 with the equal operator. Then we just multiply this thing x cross 10. Now since the value of here we 5, we got a 50. Let's make it 7. When we made it 7, it's 17. The return type is 17. Now see here. We just put and we just again we have defined a demo to the ECMA 2015 class structure. We will study it in future. What is it? Okay. Demo John. Then we have a white space. Then it is a doing. We have a John Doe. And this white space due to this definition. Let's understand this. This plus will just concatenate the John Doe because plus act as a concatenation within a strings. See, just concatenated. These two strings are concatenated with the help of the plus. In the previous example, we have given the one white space. Due to that, the John Doe was little bit having a within the one space was due to the John space one. Now understand what is the JavaScript comments. Not all JavaScripts are executed. Code after double slash or between the stated as a comment. Comments are ignored and will not be executed. See how it is had to be done. We need to understand this. How it has to be done. We need to understand. This is a comments helps to understand the code for the reusability in long run. Okay, and how it is done. See here. Double slash or between forward slash strict forward slash. We understand what is comment is. See, this is happening out here. With just double slash x is equal to 6, I will not be executed. And here the printing of the 5 isn't happening because we have defined a variable x and x has been assigned a value of 5. Okay, and that is what it is. Okay, the double forward slash has not executed the thing. Now, JavaScript identifiers. Identifiers are names. In JavaScript, identifiers are used to name variable and keywords and functions and labels. The rule of legal names are much the same as the most programming languages. In JavaScript, identifiers are used to name variables and keywords and functions and labels. The rules for legal name are much the same in the most programming languages. In JavaScript, the first character must be letter or underscore or a dollar sign. Okay. Subsequent character may be letters, digit, underscores, or dollar signs. This is known as an identifier. Identifier used to name a variable. Whatever, there is one thing where variable and identifier literals are always constant. Variables are always variable. And for naming that variable, we need to get an identifier. Identifier are used to name variables and keywords, functions, and labels. Very important. Sometimes we lost in the definitions. What is identifier? What is variable? What is literal? Literal is constant. We use word literally. मतलब हाँ ये होता ही है literally. The literal is constant. Identifier, when we want to define a variable, what is the name we have given? That is the identifier. Rules for legal name of the every programming language has the legal structure of the programming languages. The first character, underscore, and dollar sign. Subsequent character will be letter, digits, underscores, and dollar signs. Numbers are not allowed as the first character. This way, JavaScript can easily distinguish identifier from numbers. Okay. JavaScript is case sensitive. Our JavaScripts are the case sensitive. Variables last name and last name are two different variables. Now, JavaScript does not interpret variable as the key variable. JavaScript and camel case. Historically, programmers have used different ways of variable names, hyphens like first name, last name, MasterCard, Intercity. Hyphens are not allowed in JavaScript. They are reserved for the substructure. Hyphen is reserved for the substructure. What is hyphen? What was the sign we used for the subtraction? We know as the hyphen. The lower camel cases. JavaScript set of the characters. JavaScript character set always uses a Unicode character reference. In Unicode is also taken care by the Java itself. Java also. This is the Unicode consortium view. There is a two type of the set, UTF-8 and UTF-16. UTF-8 has a character in UTF-8 can be from 1 to 4 bytes long. UTF-8 can represent any character in Unicode standard. UTF-8 is a backward compatible with the ASCII. UTF-8 is a preferred encoding for the email and the web pages. So for the email and web pages, we use UTF-8. For the UTF-16 with Unicode transformation format is a variable length character encoding from the Unicode, capable of encoding the entire Unicode repertoire. UTF-16 is used to measure operating system environments like Microsoft Windows, Java, and all. There is a, this is some technical information. Unicode is a character set implemented by help us to implement different character sets. Now, the first 128 character of Unicode will correspond to 100 ASCII are encoded using a single octet with the same binary value as ASCII, making valid ASCII text valid UTF-8 encoded Unicode as well. HTML4 supports UTF-8, HTML5 supports UTF and UTF-16. Now, this is why we especially learn HTML5 because it has increased its domain in a much wider manner by supporting from UTF-8 to UTF-16. Why so? You need to understand this. UTF-16 is giving on a broader way where to define the variable and characteristic. And it is something when we use a programming, it also enhance the power of programming also. Okay. In HTML5 standard Unicode UTF-5 because it helps in the email and web browser by default. Both characters set ISO 8859. Unicode standard covers all the character punctuation symbols in the words. Default encoding of HTML is UTF-5. By default is UTF-5, but it also support UTF-16. This is something different between Unicode and UTF-8. Unicode is character set, UTF-code is encoding. Very important definition. It is just a character set. Unicode is character set. UTF-8 is encoding. Unicode is list of characters, the list of decimals. Encoding is how these numbers are translated into binary and stored in the computer. The unique UTF store hello like this. Now see, understand. Hello, HELLO. This is UTF. Encoding translates numbers into binary. That's why in electronics or in C, you translate, you learn to change from octal to binary, from hexadecimal to binary, from any base to binary. And on that area, the computer will understand the code in the binary itself. That's why we need to change from the character. We need to change the character set from character translate. Any character set or string set or number set, into the binary code interpreter. So UTF-8 helps in to do that. Okay. So here it is, the different decimal things and hexadecimal things and all those definitions out here. See here, we have controls and basic latins and a latin extended. Latin in the sense ABCD and all. Tricycle supplements, geometrical shapes definitions, miscellaneous symbols definition. This is all defined what we use, okay, in the UTF-8. So you can explore something when we say the UTF-8. We can explore. We have various HTML character sets. Just for fun. You just go for. This is not a more use in some practical domain, but this is for fun. To learn the thing. Let's go for the syntax now. The syntax part has been a little bit revamped or revised, in fact. Now we understand what is comment line. Okay, how the comments works. We see the program. We are on the variable part. We just understand what is the identifiers and all. So let it be very important that we understand this. What is difference between the literals, variables and identifiers? We discussed that. So name of the variable is the identifier. Next lecture we will continue with this. We have discussed that this equal. That this equal is something like which store the value of this part into the x. And due to the dynamic property, the last interpretation will be followed. And for the double equal to is used for the equal operator in the JavaScript. That is something we need to understand. In JavaScript data types,